What's up, and welcome to Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Thanks so much for downloading the podcast and checking us out on YouTube, youtube.com. Look for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment to everything that we do here on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. And not only on podcast, but on YouTube. It is time for your favorite show. It is LA versus Space. Oh, yes. So LA versus Space, for those that don't know, we've got 4 topics that we're going to put on the board for LA and Space, and they will be able to battle and go back and forth on the topics of the day when it comes to sports. And we bring the guys in. We turn now to LA, and we turn to Space with us here on LA versus Space. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Gentlemen. Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Man, I'm great. I can't complain. It's been a long week, but I'm ready to get this show on the road. How y'all feeling?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling good, my brother, and it seems like Hood is doing good as well. You know, I know he and I both had some difficulties in the past couple of weeks. That's why we have been off the podcast airways for a little bit. There was a death in my family. My aunt Naomi, may she rest in peace. Yes. She passed away along with one of my little league childhood buddies. His name was Lloyd Pooh Wesley. Been knowing him since we were 5 and 6 years old, and he had some health battles, and he succumbed to them. And I just wanted to let him and his family know that you all are still in my prayers. And I want to say what's up to Pooh and my aunt Naomi, and look over us and make sure that we continue to thrive in your memory.
Absolutely. So all the best to the family. And of course, when you have moments like this, you always have to be able to toast the families during a difficult time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Got to do that. You do that with, of course, Alexander James whiskey. That's all right, Space. We'll let me move this out the way so we get there. He goes. Space is there. He's like the little kid trying to look over the fence. There he is. It's Alexander James whiskey.
I can't see.
The fine sponsor for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. It's the official whiskey for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Make sure that you go to alexanderjameswhiskey.com and find out where you can find Alexander James whiskey. All right, gentlemen, as always, 4 topics on the board, and we've got 5 minutes to get after it. LA, we want you to start off first. You ready? You warmed up, LA? You ready?
I'm good to go, man. I've had a little vacation time in between it as well. I was out in Vegas playing a little golf, doing the first round of the NCAA tournament. Didn't win as much money as I wanted to, but I did catch it. You know, the one parlay I caught was the one I placed here at home, and by the time I landed in Vegas, it had cashed in. I was like, hey, that's what it's all about. So I did catch one, and that's what counts.
That's what's up.
Space, what about you? Have you? I know that you're very close to the vest, very conservative with your money. Do you have a wife that wants you to hold on to your money, every dollar? So
that's a fact. You know that she counting all them pennies. You hear me? I've been struggling on the parlay game. We got to get K-Town Mo up here one of these days, because I need some parlay advice, some Final Four picks. You know what I'm saying? I just need some insight. I've been struggling a little bit on the gambling tip, but
I reached out to him yesterday, but he was fully ensconced in the sports book, and he had his nose placed on who he was going to bet on in the Chinese basketball league, a little Shanghai Sharks, or in the Nippon Ham Fighters. Whatever, man. This dude,
he do international too.
Dude, man, it's unbelievable. He'll bet. Look, if there's a game and they have a line on it, he's going to bet it. There's no question about it. I can't wait for you guys to meet him virtually and see what he's all about. He's a sick individual when it comes to gambling. It's like he's got to have it, man. He's got to have it. It's unbelievable.
Sounds like a great movie. She's got to have it. Oh, but he's got to have it though. He's got.
I like the one with Tracy Camilla Johns. Was that her name? I can't remember. Her name. I like that version. The original version with Spike Lee. I like that version.
Yes, very much so. All right, guys, here we go. We got our first topic here, and this has been talked about all week, and so we need to talk about it here on LA versus Space, and that is the question about Jaden Ivy. As you see the United Center in the background, what do you think of the story of former Bull Jaden Ivy, who's no longer with the Bulls? We know the story of Jaden Ivy, who was let go because of conduct detrimental to the team. 5 minutes on the clock. LA, you start first and then space afterwards. Go ahead.
First and foremost, I would like to wish Mr. Ivy nothing but the best. It seems to me, and I am not a licensed professional, that he is struggling with some things internally. I won't say that there are mental issues. I will not go on that limb, but he's struggling with something internally. And I don't know if it has something to do with his career not taking off the way that he intended it to, or things are not going for him as well for him professionally as he really wanted them to. But from the things that I've read and the things that I've heard through the chatter lines is that he was being, I won't say a nuisance in the locker room, but he was causing disturbances with his beliefs, religious beliefs, things of that nature, judgmental beliefs. He even, according to one of the sports writers that covers the Bulls, he even questioned, them and whether or not they had partook, in some things sexually prior to marriage. And he was pretty much making a lot of people uncomfortable. And as I've stated before, had he been playing, had his game been on par of that of a Cade Cunningham, this wouldn't have mattered. But when you're a fringe player who is also injured and you're causing commotion in the locker room and with the media that covers the team, and you're going on to social media websites and recording videos, espousing your beliefs and casting aspersions and judgments on others in the league, as well as the team, as well as life in general, this is what happens to you. It has nothing to do with him, his religious belief. It has nothing to do with the things that he spoke out about the LGBTQ community. This is about, sadly, and it's just as a harsh reality, whether or not he can help the team win going forward. And right now, he is not in position to do that. He's not in the position to do that as far as his game is concerned. He's not in position to do that as far as his health is concerned. And he's also not in position to do that as far as his mental is concerned. This kid seems to need to have, I don't know, something needs to happen. I believe he needs to talk to someone. That's just my own personal opinion. I can't say that he needs therapy or something like that, but he seems to be struggling with something in his life. And maybe basketball is just not where he needs to be right now. And I think I hope nothing but the best for Mr. Ivy. Shout out to his mom, Niel, who's the head coach of the University of Notre Dame. He even had some disparaging things to say about the Catholic religion, and his mother is the head coach of the most prominent Catholic university in this state. So I have, I wish him well, and I hope that he seeks whatever it is that he's looking for, whether it's through his religion or whether he needs to seek and find someone to speak to a mental health professional. Whatever it is, I wish him nothing but the best. And Mr. Ivy, I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him well.
I share your sentiments on wishing Mr. Ivy the best. He short-lived career. Short-lived just in the NBA period, especially here with Chicago. It was you play all of four games or so. It's so it sucks that had to happen. On the outside looking in, it's deeper than the LGBTQ comment. It's deeper than that. And you could tell it just wasn't a fit here. It wasn't a fit here in Chicago. I don't know if we did our research. I do believe also that Mr. Ivy needs, to see someone, just talk to someone, talk it out. I respect his beliefs. Let me come out and say that this is my opinion.
Foremost. First and foremost.
Exactly. You can believe, and I believe a lot of things he's talking about, when it comes to the biblical aspect of things, but there's a time and a place for everything. There's a setting for everything. When you're in the public, you can't do what everybody else can do. You just because you have a platform don't mean you need to express it how you express it. So, I don't know. I think he's battling something that's deeper than just sports. I'm all for his religious beliefs. There's a way to handle things. There's a way to do things. There's a way to express your dislike for the NBA and how they're pushing the LGBTQ agenda on us and things like that. Some of the things that you said, like I say, I agree with some of them, but you gotta learn how to do things. You gotta learn how to maneuver this thing called life. And unfortunately, you said one too many things to where it landed you outside of a home. And what sucks is, where do you go from here? Who's going to pick? And he made a comment. He said, I look forward to life outside of basketball. That's not, everything for me. But I think you were a talented player. It sucks that your career, I don't think anybody else is going to take a chance on you after this type of debacle, if you want to call it, so.
It's unfortunate, and he's going to get that life out of after basketball pretty soon. And like I said, if he was playing like Cade Cunningham, this would be a non-issue. They'd have a talk with him, and he'd be right back on the court producing. But he's not producing, and this is a results-oriented business. And right now he's not producing those results, and that's another reason why he's no longer with the Bulls.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm not big on the whataboutism when it comes to this, because I know a lot of people are looking at other instances in which people have a criminal background but yet still playing in the NBA or coaching in the NBA. The one thing I would say is that there's plenty of evidence of people that have a platform that want to be able to express their platform, but yet at the same time kind of exiled out of the league. Craig Hodges comes to mind as someone who was about it, was talking about, culture, being black, the empowerment of being black. And for a guy that was a hot 3-point shooter, all of a sudden he just disappeared from the league. He was blackballed from the league. Another person that had a very strong platform that had an opportunity to express how he felt, it was blackballed out of the league, was Colin Kaepernick. So there's a lot of examples of someone being able to say, this is my platform, but yet everybody doesn't want to hear your platform. And so you just kind of disappear off the landscape.
Yes. One other guy, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, the former Chris Jackson.
Mention him. Yeah,
he's another guy, but and he was a productive player. So that one, that's a whole nother subject for another day. It's just, he came out with his religious beliefs during a time when his country was at war with a Muslim-speaking nation, and that just did not fly well in a lot of NBA arenas. And it wasn't right, in my opinion. The guy could play. He deserved every right to express his religious beliefs however he saw fit, and the league thought otherwise.
I completely agree. I mean, next time we saw him was in the Big Three. That's your next chance of showcasing your talent. Getting buckets, exactly. Still getting buckets. So, a career that was just cut too short. So, unfortunately,
cut short way too soon. Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir.
All right, we'll go to our next topic, and that's regarding Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, asking the question about Tiger, is he tarnishing his legacy? We know that as of late, yet another DUI, a rolled over Range Rover. He said he was looking at his phone at the time, going, checking a radio station, and he hit a car that was in front of him and rolled over his Range Rover. 5 minutes on this space. Start us off about this topic about Tiger Woods. Everything that he's going through right now. Is Tiger Woods tarnishing his legacy?
First, let me say no. You're not tarnishing your legacy when it comes to what you did on the golf course. Let me read off a few things. 15 professional major championships, second all time. 82 PGA Tour wins, tied for first all time. I mean, you could go down the list. 3 U.S. Opens, 5 Masters tournaments. I mean, his numbers and his accolades, it's hard to find somebody with a better set of stats than Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods changed the game. When I think of a reference for Tiger when it comes to basketball, I say like Steph Curry. He completely changed the game. He brought something new to Tiger Woods. Was the modern day Happy Gilmore. People were showing up to golf events and numbers that golf events never seen just to see Tiger. So the phenomenon that is Tiger Woods, when it comes to what you did on the green, on the grass, whatever you want to call it, on the course, you're not tarnishing your legacy in that way. But when it comes to a personal standpoint, man, you are an icon. You know, you're a global icon. It's hard to overlook some of the decisions you make. You know, all this money you got, you can't get a driver, man. You can't get somebody else to drive your own vehicles. This is not the first or the second time this has happened. You know, it's eventually you have to. And I'm happy he's checking himself to some rehab facility. He said he needs help. Please, you know, respect my privacy at this moment, and we're going to do that, Tiger. But you know, you gotta make better decisions. You got too much money to be making these same damn off the wall mistakes. You know, so when it comes to what you did, you know, when it comes to golf, no, you can't tarnish your legacy. But as a icon, as a public figure, yeah, you're definitely putting a dent in it. You know, you definitely, what is it? What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? And this is what people are going to remember, unfortunately, especially because you're black. Call a spade a spade. You know, they're going to highlight what you've done as of late. So, yeah, we gotta do some things.
In this instance, let's not call a spade a spade. Please go ahead.
I know,
well,
right?
Yeah, I in a word, no. His legacy as a golfer is fully cemented. He will go down as the single best player to ever play the game. They literally changed golf course venues to corral his driving prowess. They increased the speed on the drivers and the golf balls because of Tiger Woods so that everyone else could catch up. They changed golf courses, making them longer and more difficult because of Tiger Woods, one Eldrick Tonk Tiger Woods. This guy's legacy is fully cemented in the realm of golf. And is he going to tarnish his personal legacy? Absolutely not, because his personal legacy was already a mess from his dalliances with bimbos all over across the globe, his marriage, there's his personal. The one thing I will tell you about the American populace, we are a voyeuristic society. We love to build someone up, to tear them down, them back up again. There's nothing like the phoenix rising from the ashes, because it's a redemption story. Hey, Tiger, we're so glad to have you back. If you remember when he went through his whole phase, so to speak, and he got caught out and he had to go through his divorce, and the people who were running Augusta National, they admonished him. And then next thing you know, a few years later, when he's winning the Masters, the world is cheering for him again. And let me add this bit of a tidbit to this whole storyline. We have already lost several African American dignitaries to pain addiction and their addiction to pain medication. We lost Prince. We lost Michael Jackson. We lost Whitney Houston. Tiger Woods, we do not want to see you go down this road, the same road that these guys, they had many, Prince had several surgeries that he was combating, and no one knew that he was addicted to these pain pills. And he died in his home with those pills. Michael Jackson was taking propofol given to him illegally because he was dealing with some type of pain. Whitney Houston died as well. I do not want to see Tiger Woods' name added to that list of individuals in our diaspora that has passed away from an addiction to some type of painkillers. Tiger, the world is pulling for you, and as sure as they're making fun of you today, they'll be right there for you again when you walk out on that tee box to tee it up the next time that you turn off in a tournament. I will be right along there with them, hoping for you, but nothing but the best. But look, Sam and Charlie are old enough and they have driver's license. Let one of them babies drive you around if I have to. Hell, I'll come down to Florida and drive you around if I have to. Put me on payroll. I got you. What? I promise you, I will not be taking anything, and I will keep my eyes squarely on the road.
What? And I double as security. Top flight security
of
the world. Greg, you hear me? Of the world, not just the city.
You all are pathetic. Let your hand out for Tiger Woods. It's so ridiculous.
No, it's just. Go ahead, Hoodie.
No, I'm just going to say, LA, that I think that clearly Tiger's in pain. coming off the ACL injury and the amount of surgeries that Tiger Woods has had, back surgery, leg surgery, just to be able to get on the course, he's dealing with pain. There's no question. That's why that there was a couple of pills in his pocket, because I think even it's not funny, but it's interesting. Just saw him on that indoor PGL tournament. I just watched him a couple days before, and like you can tell, like still stands up straight. He's probably dealing with pain, but he wanted to be out there because he wanted to compete. So I don't know if people are laughing at him as much as they pity him because of the off the course stuff. The reason why, and I can speak for you, LA, that we were into golf, it wasn't because of Arnold Palmer. No, it wasn't because of the Golden Bear. It's because Tiger Woods. You and I golfed because Tiger Woods is out there, and it was more of us out there. Yeah, and we want to learn, because of him. So he's such a Pied Piper for all of it. And I was hoping that just like one more time he'd be able to compete in a major. Not sure how that works now, but for me, I just want him at age 50. At age 50, for him to finally just, whatever the issues are, get away from golf and make sure your life's straightened out, get healthy up here, more so than the back and the legs, and then we'll see what happens. But Tiger means a lot to a lot of people, that's for sure.
Yes. One more thing, they released the dash cam video, the body cam footage of him being arrested. He seemed to be fine. We're asking him questions. He was answering the questions. He did not seem to be disoriented at all. They put him through the field sobriety test, and they said, well, he was struggling. Well, this guy struggles to walk because his leg was, on the verge of being amputated. And if you've seen him play over the last couple of years before he went back for more surgery, he could barely walk a couple of days on the tour at all. So for him to not be able to stand and hold his touch his nose or whatever the hell they have you do for those field sobriety tests is not a surprise. And license suspension coming up probably like that, and I'm sure he's going to have good enough legal representation to get him all but a slap on the wrist. And Godspeed, Tiger. Just get well and get back out there.
I concur. I like what you said, LA, especially about the fact that we don't need to see another black. You could call him a mogul, you know what I'm saying? So many people idolize Tiger Woods. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to see another one die or, we lose one because of things like this, things that we can control, So, just get help, Tiger. That's all we really want you to do.
Yeah, that's it. Get well. Get well soon. Take as much time as you need.
Make sure that you have your comments and like, share, and subscribe to everything we do on LA versus Space as we move on to our next topic here on the program, and that is this one here. And that is concerning the Final Four. It's going to take place in Indianapolis. Interesting how this all develops here in the Midwest, where you're starting to see some great college basketball from the Big Ten here in the NCAA tournament, and it comes down to just 4 starting on Saturday. So, LA, we'll start with you. Who will win the NCAA tournament? 5 minutes on the clock. How does it break down Saturday? And what will we see on Monday? And then what's the final result there?
Before I even get down to that, I'm going to do a little bragging because I picked 75% of the Final Four. The one team that let me down was the Florida Gators, the defending national champions. I had them holding on to the spot that I predicted. I said Illinois. I said back in November, Illinois got a chance to make the Final Four. If only they had a more athletic wing, and they proved me wrong. They didn't need that. I picked before the tournament start that the Arizona Wildcats were going to be the first team west of the Mississippi River in almost 3 decades to win a national title, and that they were going to defeat the UConn Huskies in that title game to hoist that wooden trophy on Monday night. I'm going to stick with that prediction. That's who I predicted before the tournament started. I'm going to roll with it. I would not be disappointed if it ended up being an all Big Ten final of Illinois versus Michigan. And of course, if that's the way it ends up, I'm going to be rooting for the home state, the Fighting Illini of Illinois, and Keaton Wagler, who's the modern day Andre Miller with a jump shot. He is slow and smooth, getting the ball to the right spot at the right time to the right man, but he actually has an outside shot. But I'm going to stick with those Wildcats of Arizona over the Huskies of Connecticut. That's my Final Four prediction.
Wagler might be the best person remaining in college right now. You know, he might be. He's competing for that spot right there. Let me start by telling you, it's going to be an all Big Ten championship, and that's what's going to happen. UConn, you did good. You did great, and you got the number one coach out there right now. If I had to put my money on the coach, Dan Hurley, first off, what was that thing you did with the ref? That's what I want to talk to you about. What was that getting up in his face? It should have been a tech. It could have been a tech, but that's another story. We'll leave it alone. And I'm not a Dookie. I don't like Duke, but that was a little fishy right there, Dan. But if you go with the best coach, they definitely have the best coach. But UConn is going to take an L to the Fighting Illini. Not to be a homer, but Illinois is looking good.
Be a homer, man. Just be a homer.
I hate to jump around, but Illinois is looking pretty good. They're going for their first national title. They should have got one with D Brown back there, and Luther Head and Darren Williams, all them. They're going for their revenge right now. Michigan is going to beat Arizona. I like Arizona, but I think Michigan is just too stacked. I think Michigan has the better team top to bottom. And then in the championship game, I have Illinois. I got the Illini pulling it out. I got the Fighting Illini getting their very first championship. When it comes to basketball, I mean, they shout out to the Fighting Illini. I got family who went there. I got a lot of people that's representing. Illinois needs to hold it down for us. When he's doing this for the city, y'all. For the whole
We'd love
city.
to see it. We'd love to see it. Would love to see it. Yeah, if they end up playing Michigan, it will be a little vengeance game for Morez Johnson, who was with the Fighting Illini last year, and he got hurt and didn't finish the season with them. He transferred over to Michigan, and there are going to be a lot of Chicagoans pulling for him and the Wolverines this weekend as well, because nobody screams Chicago basketball like Chicago basketball fans. They pull for their own, and that's not necessarily the University of Illinois. It's the kids that are from these local schools. And it would be nice to see him win a title, but I would like to see the University of Illinois win it all as well. But I got to go with what I picked at the beginning of the tournament: Arizona over UConn.
Man, you had a pretty nice bracket there. I don't know how you called. First, I didn't see UConn. I didn't see UConn making it this far. I don't know how you called UConn, but then
coaching, man, coaching. You said it yourself. Coaching, it matters, especially this time of year.
And he don't lose.
It really matters.
Dan Hurley did not lose. What, when it Sweet 16 or later, he hasn't lost.
Yeah. I think he's lost one or two games, and I think he's 17-1 in his last 3 or 4 tournaments. That's pretty damn good.
What?
That's pretty damn good. And speaking of coaching, John Shire, you got some explaining to do. You lose a 15-point lead at halftime, the first ever number 1 seed to ever do that in 130 some odd tries. You lost up 9 with 90 seconds last year against Houston. You're going to be with Hubert Davis if this keeps up, because the amount of lottery picks that Duke has had on their rosters over the last 6-7 years, from the Zion Williamson and Jason Tatum and Cooper Flagg and, man, the Boozer Boys, Shire.
Hey,
get it right.
Come on, but Caden, why would you make that pass? All you got to do is hold on to the ball.
Why was he in the game? Why not have 4 guards in the game who are ball handlers plus free throw shooting? That's on the coach.
No,
that's on the coach.
I agree.
That's on the coach. Shouldn't be out there.
You're in there. You got to be situational awareness. That's on the coach. Coach got to make sure you. Yeah.
The moment was too big for the freshman.
Yeah, you got to be ready. And I feel bad for the kid. He came out on his interview. Oh man, I let the team down, and I feel bad for him. But
I'm not feeling bad for the son of a millionaire. No, I'm not going to do it. He's the son of a millionaire. He's probably going to make his own millions. He's already making millions, the NIL money. He's doing okay for himself. He'll be fine.
And his brother's going number 1.
No, his brother's not going number 1.
He's going 1 or 2. I can tell you that. He's going 1 or 2.
his brother will be a lot like his father come NBA. He doesn't, in my opinion, he does not have the athleticism to be a superstar NBA player. He's gonna be an NBA player, but you go to those pre-draft camps, things get exposed. And I'd like to see him be a dominant player, but he's But in today's NBA, they don't play in the post anyway, so who knows? He could succeed.
17 and 10 can still get you paid in this league.
It's going to get $372 million.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Get you. Yeah. Like I said,
I like to point out.
I don't feel sorry for his brother because they're going to be paid no matter what.
I like to point out, as your humble narrator, that it's so funny about coaching in college basketball, right? So John Shire has, I've heard this from several places now, that Shire actually practiced that last play. If you have the lead and you are trying to end the game, throw the ball in the air all the way to the scoreboard if you have to, because we've seen games end that way before, haven't we, guys?
Yes, we have.
The ball, instead of advancing the ball so it doesn't get taken, just throw it up in the air and let the time tick down, and then whatever happens. So you don't get like a miraculous play like you had to get UConn the victory. So apparently that was practiced but not executed. That was crazy. As far as UConn is concerned, UConn against Illinois, I look forward to that matchup, obviously, because of the local time. I talked to Deion Thomas, and that conversation is part of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. You can go back and check out that interview. It's on the podcast and also in video form. You know, something I didn't know, LA Space. I didn't know that Brad Underwood's dream job was Illinois. I thought because he was in Western for like 12 or 13 years. And while he was at Western, he was like, man, I'd love to have that job. Probably because he saw John Gross in it and probably thought, man, I know I could do better than that. So he said that was his dream job for a guy that was a Kansas State guy. He looked at Illinois as a dream job. And I'll tell you what, if you're a Illini fan, that has to make you feel good.
Yeah.
It's not Bruce Weber. It's not Lon Kruger. It's not, some of these guys are just there for a song to find something bigger. No, Brad's good to be at Illinois. So what he's built, the reason why he was so emotional afterwards, because I was trying to figure that out too, is like, man, I know you're here, but just the toiling of coaching 39 years, missing birthdays, missing funerals, missing family time, because you're just trying to get on the road and try to find the right chemistry to win a national championship. And so they haven't won it yet, but just the idea that he's in the Final Four in his dream job means a lot to him.
Yeah. You could tell. Huge Illini contingency out in Vegas for opening weekend too, man. It was cool running across all the locals out in Vegas. You guys got to get out there for the first round of the NCAA tournament, man, at least once. There's nothing like being in a sports book while all of these games are on, starting at 9 a.m. and every basket you're hearing moans and groans or cheers because either people have school loyalty or allegiances to those universities, or they have monetary allegiances to those universities. It's so dope, man. It's my favorite time to go out to Vegas, man, by far. You guys got to get out there.
I have to check it out. I have to check it out one of these years. Who you got, Hoodie? Who did you pick?
But first, Space, have you been to Vegas?
Oh, of course.
Where did you stay, Space?
I've stayed in once we've stayed in MGM. We've stayed we like to get more old school Vegas, I like to be off the strip, so but
Fremont Street.
Yeah, Fremont Street, exactly. But we've stayed at probably all the major hotels in Vegas.
I think we should take LA up on that because he's willing to buy. So I think that's great.
Hey, I'm all for it.
He's going to put us up in hotels and free golf. That's just outstanding. So, Mr. Atkins, sir, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
So nice. Money back.
Alexander James is going to put us up. That's who's going to put us up.
I think that's just awesome. Well, my bracket space are posted on Under the Hood. It's there. The whole bracket's there, so I can't hide from it, right? Like LA, I had Arizona winning the national championship. And so, look, as much as I love Illinois to win, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm totally fine with that. I think that Illinois can get past UConn, The latest number is 2.5. I've seen that 1.5, 2 for Illinois. That's favored. So maybe Vegas thinks lucky shot you got in, but Illinois, because of their defense, starts with that first. Their defense is just tremendous. So the physicality of the defense, I think, can help them. Other side of the bracket, I had Arizona winning it all, so I'm going to side with Arizona over Michigan. Even though Michigan, they score a bushel basket of points. They can score quickly. Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're going to be a tough spot. They're going to be a tough out. They're going to fight for a tooth and nail. But yeah, I still have the Wildcats because they have size. They have the guard play. They got everything that's needed. But Illinois comes at you with a lot of big bodies, man, and that's tough. When they fell behind against Iowa at near close to halftime, I was like, Iowa was shooting 60%. That's not going to last. That's not going to last. If you want to bet an in-game bet, there's your in-game bet right there. Take Illinois in the money line or Illinois in the points, and you're going to walk away a winner. And that's what I did. I took Illinois.
How about that, Space? I'm just impressed by Illinois going to Houston's crib and beating them in Houston, and then beating Iowa, taking on a guy like their head coach. Their head coach is so good; he's won everywhere. Division II, Drake, Iowa. I mean, he is a big trophy away from being the head coach for Indiana on the football side, Cignetti. He's that good. He wins everywhere, right? And Illinois beat that ass because of their physicality, their defense, and they did a great job. So I can't. So Space, I can't. I mean, I had Arizona to win it all, but I'd like to see Illinois get it on the other side of the bracket.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Absolutely.
And finally, gentlemen, our last topic here on LA versus Space is this one. And that is, what are the biggest offseason NFL moves so far? This is a Space production. So I look forward for you to run down the biggest moves in the NFL. Space, 5 minutes on the clock. Go ahead.
Let me start by saying the biggest winners so far of this offseason has been the New York Football Giants. That is let me say it again. The New York Football Giants has been the winner of this offseason, which is crazy to think. First off, you went out and got Harbaugh. That's huge for y'all. That's to get the coach who can do it, who's shown that he can do it. But he needed some help. So then you went out and you got some linebackers. You got Tremaine Edmonds. You picked up. The one thing I wish that they would have did was keep Wan'Dale Robinson. I like Wan'Dale Robinson. I forgot exactly where he went, but I wish they would have kept him. I think but you got Malik Neighbors coming back healthy. So, when you look at everything the Giants have added over here, also you got you picked up Darnell Mooney. You got Calvin Austin. You got Isaiah Likely. That's the one. You picked up a tight end who was unhappy over there in Baltimore, and he's a freak of nature when it comes to athleticism and just hands. I think the Giants have done a great job this offseason. But honorable mentions, I love what the Broncos did by getting Jalen Waddle. You paired Jalen Waddle over there with Cortland Sutton, with Franklin, with and then now you got Bo Nix coming back healthy. What? This offseason has been very exciting across the NFL. The Bears, I wish we would have did a few things. I don't know why we couldn't keep either Kevin Byard or what's the other? Brisker. Brisker signed for what? $7 million? Come on, man. There's no reason why Brisker shouldn't be a Bear. But Pittsburgh did some good things over there. It's been a lot of moves that happen here in this NFL, but I'm just excited, man. It's the changing of the guard. It's everywhere. So far, who I got the Giants as being the winners of this offseason.
I would love to disagree with you, but the Giants, they're going to have Neighbors coming back from injury. They got their quarterback in place. You're going to have Scadaboo coming back from injury. You add Harbaugh as a head coach. How can you bet against them? I think they're going to be a dark horse team to rise from the ashes and make the playoffs next year, because I think that the Eagles will fall back a little bit. The Cowboys are the Cowboys, and who knows what's going to happen with Washington. And again, I echo your sentiments about Jalen Waddle going over to Denver. I don't understand what the hell Minnesota's doing in signing Kyler Murray, but he has to be better than what they had just coming in the door. The Chiefs, if Mahomes is able to come back for the start of the season like he believes that he can, I don't think he will be able to, and I think Justin Fields will be taking snaps for them. But them signing the Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, is going to be massive for them because he's going to take pressure off of that passing game, even if Mahomes is not back for week 1. But we agree once again. It's the Giants for me. It makes perfect sense. And as far as the Bears losing Brisker and Byard, the league told you what they thought of them by the 1 year
deals
contract for not a lot of money. And first and foremost, the Bears defense wasn't very good last year. Let's just keep it a buck. Yeah, they took the ball away a lot, but they gave away a boatload of points and yards at will. Brisker was the very best player in a Bears uniform in that playoff loss to the Rams in Soldier Field that night. But his history of injury, coupled with the fact that you could probably draft a guy with similar skill in this upcoming draft, I can understand why they let him go. Byard, I would have loved to see stay. I'm not going to worry about it. Nashawn Wright, for every big play he made, he gave up 2. This guy, I'm glad he got paid. I'm glad he got some money, but you know, those freakishly athletic turnovers that he created, those will, you know, that's luck. Some of that's luck. Yeah, some of it is skill, but it's just not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. And the Bears are not going to lead. More than the law of averages tells you that the Bears will not lead the league in taking the ball away again next year. And that's going to fall back squarely on the offense. And you had 7 wins where you trailed with 2 minutes or less to play in the game. That's not going to happen again either. The Bears could improve their roster and improve the team and win less games next year because they're still in a very tough division. So let's wait until see what they do in this draft and what they do with the rest of the offseason before we start making predictions about them. But to answer the question, it's the New York Football Giants. You hire a Super Bowl winning coach. You sign another tight end to go along with the people that you got coming back from injury. They're going to be a very intriguing team next year.
You don't like the Kyler Murray pickup? I love that Kyler Murray pickup for Minnesota. Who you got? You got JJ McCarthy? He's in
like
year
I said,
3.
he has to be better than what they have.
You don't even know who he is. He's going to be a career backup. JJ McCarthy is not going to be a starter in this league. And Kyler Murray, you far right. He's definitely way better than what they currently have on the roster. And now you got a weapon over there with Justin Jefferson. You actually got somebody who could give him the ball and somebody who's athletic back. Minnesota going to be a list. They already was decent. They defense was already good with Brian Flores. And now you just gave them a quarterback that can deliver. I love that pickup for Minnesota.
Yes. If only they had re-signed Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
The general manager would still have a job.
Kwesi Mensah-Mofo. I believe that was the name. I think
what you said
along those lines.
What you said,
Mofo.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
And that's exactly what they called him when that day they issued him out the building. Hey, mofo, get your mofo out of here.
I love that Kyler Murray pickup for the Bears. Certainly love that for the Bears. I've just never been a Kyler Murray guy. I think like the speed's there. I just think that maybe with new coaching, he'll realize he doesn't have to run around the yard all the time. He's got to throw in the pocket some. Smaller guy, gets swallowed up against defenses. But, you know, for the Bears, that's great. They still have the better quarterback between the two. I know Minnesota's is stacked, but the Bears had the better quarterback thing. And Murray's been around for a while, but Caleb is coming into his own.
Rank the quarterbacks in our division. Rank them 1 through 4.
The quarterbacks in our division?
Yeah.
Okay, so my choices are Caleb Williams, it's Jordan Love, it's Kyler Murray, and it's
Jared Goff.
So, I mean, Jared Goff has the ring, does he not?
Yeah, he got the ring.
Okay.
No.
So
what ring does Jared Goff have?
he's married, isn't he?
Oh,
no, he didn't get it in LA.
Jared went to Jared's.
Yeah. He went to Jared's.
See? So look, Jared Goff has a lot of experience, and Caleb Williams is coming into his own. It would be something for Caleb to be able to reach up and be able to say, okay, not only did I win an NFC North championship, but now I'm going to be the best quarterback. But Jared Goff has more seasoning. And so that's just another thing, another level for Caleb to go to. Great season in season 2. Now he's got to do it again in season 3. Jared Goff, though, has been very steady quarterback for Detroit and has won some games, even though I feel like they're going backwards as well. Jordan Love is underneath Caleb, and then there's Kyler Murray.
So you got Murray 4th.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
You ever see those? You ever see those sleepy 325 games against when he's with Arizona?
The other 3 quarterbacks in the division that all have playoff wins. They got skins on the wall.
Yeah,
they've done it when it matters the most. All 3 of them. Kyler Murray
Goff is one,
not so much.
And then Caleb is on, but Caleb is on the way. And then with Jordan Love, listen, and no shot at Jordan Love, but Jordan Love has got some work to do. Doesn't make him bad, but it's just like he's got some work to do to get up there, I would say.
Yeah, I got Kyler Murray above Jordan Love. I got Jared Goff, I got Caleb, and then I got Kyler Murray, then I got Love. Yeah, and I think
this is the first time you're not worn a cap on this show. You normally have a brim on.
You know,
you left some raindrops get them, seep in up or something. What's the matter with you?
You're right. You're right.
No, Kyler Murray's not above Jordan Love. No, what? Absolutely not.
Look,
absolutely not.
I think Green Bay is about to take, like you said, a step back. They got a great coach in Matt LaFleur, but you lost Romeo Dobbs. We don't know what's going on with Josh Jacobs. He keep having these injury things, and is he going to be 100% healthy? So you're struggling in the running game. Who are you throwing at? Christian Watson, he can't stay healthy. So I think they're going to struggle over there in Green Bay, and I'm hoping for it. But Minnesota got it. The arrows pointing up in all directions. You got a great tight end and what's the name? Drawing a blank with the H. Hawkinson. Yeah. TJ Hawkinson. Yeah, you got him. You got Addison. You got Justin Jefferson. Man, they're going to take a step up. Yeah, I got Kyler Murray.
But they had all of that last year.
Who was throwing them ball?
Last year?
Nobody could throw the ball.
They still won half their games. They still finished 500.
Great defense. Great defense.
Well, Green Bay's got pretty good defense as well.
I agree.
They got pretty good defense as well. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have to wait until after April, after the draft later this month, and see what moves these teams make and how they shore up their rosters. If there will be any more trades, last minute free agent signings, there's still a lot of people that are out there that are without jobs now. So I don't think Ryan Poles is done at all. So I think there's lots of work to do with the Bears because the onus is on Poles to try to win a Super Bowl before Caleb Williams gets $762 billion contract. That's the goal. You got to get one before that quarterback gets paid. You got to put together the best possible roster in the next 2 years to get a Super Bowl before they pay the quarterback.
I agree with that. I think the Bears need to focus on where are we going to be at? Are we about to be the Indiana Bears? Or are we about to be? Are we going to be Arlington Heights? I mean, get it together, man. What is going on? This is so frustrating, man. Focus on that first. Handle that, and then we finish up the roster.
Space. I just want you to know the politics in Illinois is not as simple as your HOA fees. It's not just going to the person just like, here you go, thank you very much, Mr. Space. Politics is different in this state, as we've all come to find out.
We've been waiting for 3 years.
Well, you ask brother Warren what's going on there. You can ask him, and also Governor Pritzker and everybody else that's involved with this. Ask them. So we're at our fifth topic here. We've got through our four. Now it's a toss-up, guys. Whatever you'd like to talk about for 5 minutes, what do you think is best? I don't have an extra list here. So what else is it? Is it the stadium?
We weren't
women in Vegas? What do you have?
We weren't together We haven't been together since the Bam Adebayo 83-point game fiasco.
Okay.
I've never been as disenchanted in a league as I am today with today's NBA. Every night I look up, I see 147 points scored, 153 points scored, teams that aren't even trying to win basketball games. It's ridiculous. And then you have this night where Bam Adebayo is having a career night. He's on fire early. He scored like over 30 in the first quarter. He's got close to 60 at halftime.
7 threes.
And he's making threes. And then his team, who was leading the game by close to 20 points or over 20 points, they're intentionally fouling the opposition so that they can get the ball back to get him more shot attempts. And then when his teammates are being fouled, they're purposely missing free throws so that they can get him more shot attempts, so that he can score more points than Kobe Bryant, who does not hold the record for most points in the NBA game. What in the F word? It's sad. It's just, it is not the way the game was meant to be played. And you can call me the get off my lawn guy that's yelling at the clouds all you want. Fine, I'll be that guy. That is not the way to play NBA basketball. The same guys in the league that will tell you you don't score a basket as we're trying to let the clock run out. The score is already over. The game is already over. The score is no longer in doubt. Don't be going in dunking the ball as you see we're not even trying to defend you. To this, you're okay with this? It's a joke. It's embarrassing. The league should be ashamed. And I think that there needs to be some rules changes in this game to allow defense to be once again played in this game that I used to love so much that right now I can't stand.
You know what, LA? That I agree. I agree. Basketball and not necessarily basketball. The NBA has become so hard to watch. You know, it's like you're watching an all-star game without the talent, but you're watching an all-star game in regular season. You know, everybody's just coming down, shooting a three. It's all about the highlight reel. That's all it's about in today's NBA. I mean, shout out to Bam. First off, let me say that. Shout out to Bam. It's still a great record. It was a amazing feat. Great thing you did.
Heat record. That's the only record that it is.
It's a record though. It's a record. You had a good game. Shout out to Bam for that. But in the way you did it, you got to. I don't know. The way you did it, it's terrible. Like you said, bringing out the fact that your own teammates are missing shots to speed it up to get you the ball. You know, it seems like just letting them go to the rim so they can score, so they can get back the ball. You know, you're playing, like you said, you're playing for
that game.
You say what?
He attempted over 20 threes that game.
Insane. Yeah.
And 40 free throw attempts.
Yes. That's you had all the shots. You know what I'm saying? You had all, and it's still a great game. But the league itself, I don't know how you can put things in place to make. Once you took away hand checking, once you took away
bring it
all
back,
of that,
please.
Yeah, that you bring it back. They're not going to bring it back. Man.
Get rid of freedom of movement.
They're not going to
palming the ball. Get rid of the step back. That's traveling. Get rid of it. Call it.
They make rules for it. It's not called traveling no more. It's called we give you a pro hop. That's all they do.
When the offensive player initiates the contact, call the foul. Call an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Let's get the game back to being played the way that it was intended to be played.
They don't want to see. They don't want to see games that's 85 to 70 something. They want 150 something. They want more scoring. That's all the league is about right now.
But the ratings today are telling you they don't want to see that. Last night the Indiana Pacers had 145. The Knicks had 130. The Celtics had 147. The 76ers had 153 points. No overtime.
Yeah.
No overtime. Guys are not even up. The guys are not even trying. And then on top of that, stars don't even want to play. Now you got guys complaining, oh, well, this guy should be eligible to win an MVP or be eligible for first team All NBA, but he hasn't played. He's not going to be able to play the 65 games. If you look at all of the MVPs for the last 30 years, guess what they all have in common? They all played more than 65 games. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
How can you ask to be rewarded when you don't come to work?
Yeah.
You don't go in and ask for a raise? Come on, man. It breaks my heart because I love the NBA, and this is the most disenchanted I have been with it in my entire life.
Low management has ruined the NBA also. This whole idea that you can sit somebody for whatever reason you come up with, that I'll tell you the GOAT at this whole load management thing, Kawhi Leonard. I don't know how he did it. He got injuries and can't nobody tell you what's wrong with him. This man, he comes up with an injury, just think it up, and that's what's happening. He's not going to play today. Kawhi just got hurt coming to work. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers, and Washington Wizards. They have load managed the entire 25-26 season. Shout out to them. They're poster children for load management. Straight trash, garbage. Something needs to be done, man. Something needs to be done.
But how do you fix it? That's the problem. I don't see a solution in sight.
I got two solutions. One, get rid of freedom of movement. Two, bring back hand checking. Three, institute a tournament for the teams that don't make the playoffs. The teams that wins that tournament wins the number one pick in the lottery. Give them some incentive to try. Yeah, we know that you're tanking. We know that you're trying to get that number one pick, but you still got to win a tournament, a bracket, to get the number one, to earn the number one pick in the draft. You have to earn that right. You're not getting it just because we know that you're trying to lose. Institute that. Have a play, instead of having this stupid play-in tournament. It's dumb. Either you make the playoffs or you don't. You got enough wins or you don't. Institute that. Make the Washington Wizards, you lose. Since we know you're losing on purpose, try to win something so you can get the number one pick, or else you're picking number 14.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But one thing I will say is that in a lot of markets that are watching this broadcast, they'll say the NBA is bad because their team in town is bad. There's a lot of Bulls fans that are disenchanted with the NBA because the Bulls are bad. And I don't think that that's right. From my standpoint, as someone who also loves the NBA, I have to be able to pick and choose what I want to watch and games I want to watch. Listen, there's no way that I can just make a blanket statement and say that the NBA sucks when I can watch Jokic anytime, or Doncic, or watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or watch what the Detroit Pistons or what the Oklahoma City Thunder is doing, and some of the top teams in the NBA, the Spurs and Wemby. I never thought we'd see someone like Wemby. Actually, LA, we did, but guys like that couldn't play. That was 6'7", like George Muresan can never be like what Wemby is, right? Ever. Guys like him, the victory cigar, guys like that. I think that for me now, college basketball, watch way more college basketball than the NBA. Yes. And this is someone who hosted on NBA radio for years. For someone that was talking about the NBA, I used to host shows with Stacey King doing NBA radio shows for years, and Rick Mahorn and others. But it would be hard for me to do that now because I watched so much college this year and got so into the Big Mondays and some of the great college basketball to lead into now the Final Four. But ultimately, I'm not going to give up on the NBA because of the individual stars and only a few Celtics here and there. But the teams I've mentioned, those are the teams I'm watching the most. The rest of it, I don't have time for because I don't have the patience to kind of parse through, sloppy games or the unpredictability of knowing if a player is going to play or not. It don't matter if it's Amazon or NBC. Like it used to be, as you remember back in the day, NBC, the game of the week, you had to play because it was nationwide. And now it's just it's an option instead of something that's an edict.
Yeah, right now you have to search for the game. You got to find out where it's at, and then when you get to it, what do you mean that Wemby's not playing tonight? Oh man. And so you got it's a Netflix night because you wanted to watch some NBA basketball, but might as well catch up on Paradise on Hulu. Might as well watch another episode of this. And it breaks my heart because I love NBA basketball. It's in my blood. I've been watching it for literally 50 years. And this is the first time in my entire life that I'm just totally disappointed because I'll tune into a game and I see a guy in a suit. Oh man, I want to see him play tonight, and I don't. And it's heartbreaking. It's disappointing.
Yeah, space. If it keeps going in this direction, baseball will catch up again to basketball. And and basketball is a global game. Global.
Yes.
That basketball, China, in Africa, everywhere else, basketball still resonates, even though I think that the commissioner is drowning right now because of all the things you two just laid out about how the aesthetics of the game is not where it needs to be. But just be careful. If basketball just stays stagnant, don't put any new innovations in, don't make the changes to what it used to be, baseball will pass them up because baseball's not afraid to tinker with shit. They love to do that.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
yeah, they are.
Here's a little ABS for you. Here's a little pitch clock for you. And all of a sudden, now you're out of there in 2 hours and 25 minutes. It's like, oh, I enjoyed myself. The NBA's got to work on that space.
Yeah.
That flipping isn't being flipped off anymore. It's part of the game. It adds to some excitement in baseball.
Yeah.
And it was needed. They realized that change needed to be made, and they made change. That's what you do. You either adapt or die. And it's time for the NBA to adapt.
My grandfather used to say, you don't change with the times, you'll get left behind. But
correct.
Did I see a rumor that the NBA is incorporating a one-on-one for the All-Star? I saw it somewhere. I don't know how true it is.
Who's going to participate? Who's unafraid? That's not afraid to get hurt. That's actually going to participate.
Hey, Dane came off the couch for a 3-point shooting contest. We see Damian Lillard all season. He came off the couch to win a 3-point shooting contest. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't let Larry Bird go back out there and compete in it. I mean, since they let players who are not active participate, let Craig Hodges come back out there.
Reggie Miller, go ahead. Yeah.
But it's sad that it's come to that. Guys that aren't even playing are participating in your All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
Because guys that are healthy and in the league refuse to participate in All-Star weekend. And until you get that issue fixed as well, that's another issue, man. I'll never forget. I went down to when Iman Shumpert was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's K-Town Mo's nephew. He got us some tickets. We drove down to Indy to watch the Cavs play the Pacers. And we got there, and we were sitting next to this kid who had a big sign for LeBron, and he was there because he wanted to see LeBron play. His mom, brought him to the game. It's a school night, and LeBron didn't play that night. This kid was just crestfallen. Kid was heartbroken because his favorite player didn't play in that game. And this is the thing that these players miss. I understand that, your body probably needs some rest, but get out there and play a couple of minutes. At least give that kid the thrill. Even if you just go in the crip line and dunk a few times, let that kid see you. Let that kid get what he came to see. Yeah. And you don't owe him anything, so to speak, but that's how you grow the game. That's how you create a fan for life, is by being available when those kids want to see you play.
Space, anything else as we close?
You're right. The best, what is it? The best availability is what? How do you say it?
The best ability
is availability.
You're absolutely correct. Yeah. Get out there and play. I agree.
Amen. Go out there and play. I agree with you. Gentlemen, another fine show. Thank you very much.
Good job, fellas. Good job. Good to be back, man. Good to be back.
It is, man. It is.
We hope that you'll be with us again right before the draft, because it's pretty big for the Bears and everyone else to see how everything lines up for the draft. So hopefully we'll be able to connect then.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I'll be ready.
Get your draft stuff ready, Space. Oh my God. Would you just get prepared? Just have your draft stuff ready. As we're brought to you by Alexander James Whiskey, the official whiskey of Under the Hood with John the Hood. Make sure that you check out AlexanderJamesWhiskey.com. It is in our bio. Make sure you check out the link. Hey, it's the Final Four. It's golf season as well, and you need to have something a little different. That's why we have Alexander James Whiskey. Well, as always, we appreciate you checking out LA versus Space. And by the way, for other episodes of LA versus Space, they have their own section here on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Go and check out previous episodes of LA versus Space, and we'll see you next time with another edition of LA versus Space on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. So long, everybody.
Peace.